Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Joseph L. Mcknight, and I'm back for another Feedback Friday. So let's jump right into this week's question. Should I tell my manager before I accept a job offer? That's a really, really great question. And it's always exciting when you get a new job offer and you're trying to figure out what's the best way to navigate through these conversations. And it really goes down to not burning bridges. But I think before you tell your manager that you are going to accept a new job offer, you probably should have the conversation that you're over the job and you're looking for something else new. If you're looking to go to another department in the company that you work for, of course, let your manager know. The company I'm with now, as soon as you click that submit button, your manager gets an email notifying them that their employee has applied for an XYZ job on this team with this manager. And it's really rude if I don't tell my manager up front, by the way, you're about to get an email saying I'm over it and I'm ready to leave. I have team members do it all the time when they're like, I don't care that you're looking for an opportunity. I want to support you, but it's just courteous. I'll give you an example. A manager for the job they applied to called me and reached out for feedback, and I was caught off guard. They're like, hey, do you know such in your team applied to join my new position? I'm like,
I was like, oh my God. That shit caught me off guard. I did not expect it. I was chilling at home.
but you got to be watchful. Some of these managers out here are real petty, and they could have blown your spot up. I didn't do that. I just said, oh, okay, sure. I'll be happy to provide the feedback for them. No problem. But every manager is not going to do that. Some managers, may get that feedback like, they didn't even tell me they applied. So just make sure you are having that conversation. I also think it's good internally to have that conversation because really you want your manager to have the opportunity to say, what is it about your job now that you don't like? What is it about that job that you think is going to set you up for success? And maybe if you've been irritated by your current job, by having that conversation, your manager can remove some barriers. Like, you're like, hey, I love what I'm doing, but I know this department pays more. That's the reason why I'm leaving. You don't know what your manager might do for you. Or, I've been passed up on the last two projects. This job, I'm going to come right in as a project manager or taking on this project. I want that for my growth. You just allow your manager the opportunity to respond and help support you in the right way. Now, externally, if it's a job outside of your company, you can really do whatever you want to do. I'll be honest, every month I'll put my hat in and apply for a job. I don't tell my manager that. So externally, that's really up to you if you want to have the conversation, because you have to be careful. Like, if you start letting people know you're looking, your manager might rate you low in your performance review because they're like, well, you're leaving anyway, so who cares if I give you the lowest ranking? Or they may start treating you differently or poorly because they think you're out the door. So play that one really, really carefully. But definitely, when you get to the point where you have an offer, you want to talk to your manager. Number one, I use that sometimes as a negotiating tool. Now, there's a lot of feedback out there like, if your job counter offers, you don't take it because you were over it anyway, and the money is not going to make up for the things about your job you didn't like. I don't know. It depends. I'll listen. Like, if you're talking about the money, I'm going to listen. So for me, I see both sides of it. But at least it's that respect to say, listen, I got another job offer. I'm either thinking about it or I'm going to accept it. And let's talk about a transition. I like to put in my 2-week notice. I'm committed in my 2 weeks or 4 weeks, whatever it is, to make sure that I transition properly and help you guys get up to speed. If it's training someone else or whatever it is, keeping that door open is super, super important. I've seen people finesse it so much because they were so critical to be like, listen, I'm out full time, but y'all can still have me on part time working on this project until you find my replacement. And they were getting 2 checks, the new job and the check from the old job. So you never know what that conversation will do for you. But remember, you don't want to burn bridges. You never know when you'll see that manager again or those people again, that company. It's always really, really good to end on good terms. So just be open and transparent and have the conversation. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment down below your biggest takeaway from this video. I'll see you guys next week for Wind Down Wednesdays, where we deep dive into topics, and Feedback Friday, where I answer the questions you sent to me on Instagram. Have a great night, and I'll see you soon.